This is the Recycling, Scrap Metal, Commodities, and Economic Report, October 6, 2025. Produced by Bentley Roll-Off Trailers to support our customers, suppliers, and partners. U.S. weekly raw steel production rose to 1.77 million tons, up 6.8% from last year, and up 2.8% year-to-date. This was on the 50% steel tariff protection and slow U.S. manufacturing. WTI crude oil price fell to $60.88 a barrel on lower expected demand due to the U.S. government shutdown. Also on the expectation of OPEC Plus supply hike, which was confirmed yesterday. U.S. weekly crude oil production rose slightly to 13.505 million barrels per day on the possible positioning to increase exports if Russian oil sanctions hit. The U.S. weekly crude oil rig count fell slightly to 422, but has been up in recent weeks, positioning again for the increased crude oil exports. Scrap steel number one HMS composite price was steady at $311.67 a gross ton, but still in flux. This was as some steel grades actually fell. Hot rolled coil steel price fell to $40.20 a hundredweight, which is $8.40 a ton, on the same tariff protection and slow demand. Copper price rose to $5.08 a pound, a 2-month high on a supply disruption due to an accident in an Indonesian mine and an earthquake in Chile. There has remained good demand though. Aluminum price rose to $1.23 a pound, which is 27.11 metric ton on lower Chinese supply. Also on the continued concern over the Guinean government takeover of their mines. China's September NBS Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index rose to 49.8, but remains in contraction, which is under 50. Buying levels rose as new orders and foreign sales shrank at slower rates. U.S. September ADP private business employment change. Businesses cut 32,000 jobs, missing the 50,000 gain forecast. Services and manufacturing both lost jobs as the economy slowed. U.S. September ISM Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index rose to 49.1, but it was the 7th month under 50, and remember, under 50 means contraction. Production rose slightly, but new orders and backlogs fell. Tariff-related cost pressures and weak demand were the key issues. U.S. September ISM Services Purchasing Managers Index fell to 50, well below forecast. New orders slowed as inventories contracted. Employment contracted as hiring slowed due to economic concerns. U.S. September Conference Board Consumer Confidence Index fell to 94.2. The outlook for income, business, and labor declined. Prices and inflation were the top issues. The next 12-month inflation forecast was 5.8%, but that's down from the 6.1%. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose a big 511 points to 46,758, a new all-time record high. A long government shutdown would hurt growth as the job market is slowing. Slowing growth reduces the timing and increases the amount of interest rate cuts that would help growth. This report is brought to you by Bentley Roll-Off Trailers, Gondola Trailers, Lugger Trucks, Roll-Off Trailer Parts, and of course Roll-Off Truck Parts. This is Greg Brown reporting. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we all have a safe and profitable week.